Happy Labor Day. Hey, I want y'all to really pay attention to what's going on, man. Hey, this is a revolving door, and it's like when I every time I sit back and realize what's really going on, it's like y'all gotta look at the fact why is Big Moochie Grape in everything that's going on? He's in everything that's going on because he just got caught lacking. Why would you even go to Finese2Tymes show, man? Like this goes to show that a person puts themselves into a predicament that they can't get themselves up out of. Hey, good morning, everybody, man. Hit the like button if you're new to the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hey, man, if y'all really pay attention to it, man, we want justice for Dolph. We don't want people to study make dumb, countless mistakes that's gonna lead them down the wrong path and the wrong road. Like y'all really gotta look at this, man, and it's like I have to wake up out my sleep to see stuff like this happening, man. Y'all gotta look at the fact that if Finese2Tymes would have never signed to Moneybag Yo, man, when none of this would be going on, and it's like I kind of feel that Big Moochie Great playing both sides because how you gonna be involved in the Makedas Young Dolph situation, but then you go off into like acting like you riding for him. Like this what don't get me. At the end of the day, I know all us, we make our own decisions and we sit back and be like, okay, that ain't true. Okay, that's true. Okay, we have our own point of view on everything, but we know for a fact that if you ride for somebody, you're gonna ride for them to the fullest. You're not gonna play both sides. And we know for a fact that the feds, they not playing with this and they taking this lightly when this is a serious matter.
The evidence is gonna, the footage of the shop and the footage in the airport, for the multiple days around the event is going to be taken into consideration.
And we all know for a fact that this is something that we all can really take accountability for, because I know it's a lot of people who rock with Dolph, but it's 90% of the people, they rock with CMG more than they rock with Young Dolph. And I'm seeing it because I'm seeing the comments, I'm seeing the way people reacting to certain things, man. It's just that if you gonna be with one person, rock with that one person at the end of the day, man. Like we know for a fact Big Moochie Great made a lot of mistakes in his life, but he trying to do right. If you rocking with PRE, man, throw them PREs in the chat, man. If you rocking with Young Dolph, throw them Dolphins in the chat. I want to let y'all know the feds, they not playing no games. The feds is looking at this, and a RICO is being brought up, man. Whenever a RICO is brought up, conspiracy, everything, like it tags along right along with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of footage that they're going through the car, evidence from the car. There was so many people in the car from when it was stolen to the 17th. There's about 5 days, and a lot of different scenarios that happened around it, and so it's a lot of prints to sort through.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling people like they already found Black Youngsta fingerprints on the stuff that sent Young Dolph up. Like if y'all really look at it, man, this is something we can all take heed to because the evidence is out there and the receipts is showing. And I know a lot of people want a conclusion to this whole Young Dolph situation, but it's like it's an ongoing investigation due to the circumstances of the evidence. Like so much stuff is being brought forth like day by day. Like y'all really gotta bear with Young Dolph on this. Like RP Dolph, man, before anything, man. I'ma throw them Dolphins in the chat, man. Like at the end of the day, we know for a fact that Young Dolph, he set a foundation, man, and it's like Makedas took that from him, and all they doing is selling cookies. At the end of the day, man, like what is it to gain by taking another? Like I want to know this. Like some people don't know that if you take another person out the way, like you not gonna have like the success for too long. Like at the end of the day, a lot of people go off the names. A lot of people go off, okay, if you doing this, you doing, like at the end of the day, man, people sit back and if you in the street, you gonna be in the street. You can't play both sides, man. You can't be behind the scenes and in the streets at the same time, man.
Yeah, I mean, Makeda said though that she would do anything she could. She wanted to be involved with CMG, and Yo Gotti's brother said that CMG doesn't miss twice. So put everything together. I mean, she may have just been making cookies, but now she's gonna get what she wants.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we know this, man, and we know for a fact everything that's going on. Like we gotta take heed to us, like the whole situation, and this is something that we all know for a fact that is gonna be an ongoing investigation. And I know a lot of people, looking at this like, hey man, CMG did this, they did that, but you can't fault nobody. You can't really get mad. You can't even really look at this as if, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't look at this as if it's a messed up situation, because it's going to be resolved at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, um, we're gonna we're gonna go we're gonna review everything from the gas station to the airport to the back entrance of the cookie shop. There was so much woods behind there. There's no telling who else. Like, we saw the cars in the front, we saw the cars across the street, but the stuff, what didn't we see that's in the woods? The streets behind, there's multiple streets. It's not just one. It's a whole neighborhood back there, and a pond. There was guys fishing there. No idea what else we'll see on the footage.
They said that it was somebody back there waiting, and I know a lot of people sit back and they look at this like, they be like, oh, it wasn't nobody back there waiting. It really was. They was waiting on Young Dolph to come in. The whole setup came from the Bentley truck. Like, y'all gotta understand, the Bentley truck is where it came from. And a lot of people sit back and be like, you know what? This ain't like, that ain't true. It is true. It came from the Bentley truck. It was right there in the picture, them the receipts.
Yeah, they had the truck across the street, and there was the car the Mercedes right there as well. Surprisingly, they didn't block his car. They didn't block Dolph's car in. They just pulled up right behind it and came through the front. But as we looked at the footage, the bullets came from the inside out.
The only reason they didn't block his car in is because you really got to look at the fact that if they block the car in, that means they know he's in the car.
Right.
This indicates that he was outside of the car.
Right.
This indicates they knew they had a lead.
Right. They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they was doing. And like I told you, out-of-town shooters is what they get.
Yeah. And there's no mistaken Dolph's cars. He has all that
camo.
Yeah, the camo and all of it. Everything was matching. So there's no mistaking it. I mean, everyone knew his cars around.
Yeah, and a lot of people can take heed to it, but it's some people who sit back and be like, you know what? Young Dolph kind of made a bad decision by even going there and trusting them. No, he didn't make a bad decision. He trusted them for one reason. He was promoting a shop that he owned, and it's like the workers turned on him. This why you can't be like getting M's and still going to the hood. Like, at the end of the day, you know for a fact that ain't your nature. That ain't even in your spot. Like, if you're gonna go back and get back money, go back and do it. But don't sit and dwell in the hood. Like, you gotta understand that it's people out here like looking at this from a whole totally different perspective, because they're looking at it like Young Dolph was followed. Like, Young Dolph, he just didn't call them and say, yeah, I'm on my way. No, it was supposed to have been a video shoot there, but then Young Dolph came there without the people who were supposed to be in the video. He wasn't going to just shoot no regular video. No, he wanted to promote Makedas. Like, we all know this, and the receipts is out. The receipts is on the floor right now. So we got to really pay attention to this, man, because Young Dolph know for a fact that if he One of them never even went over there. Like if he would have stopped at the gas station then been like, you know what? Who's to say if he would have went back to the crib to go grab his wallet or something? But you know where his wallet was found at. Say for instance he turned around and went to go get something from the house. Like that, do y'all think that would have countered the whole situation of what's going on? Do y'all think that would have avoided Dolph from getting sent up at his untimely demise? Do y'all think that this would have been something that Makita and them couldn't have plotted on and couldn't have had the ups on them if he would have just went back to the house? If he would have got that one phone call, if Snoop Bands would have answered the phone. Snoop Band said that he was at the barbershop, but he had 76 missed calls. Snoop Bands, ain't nobody finna call you that many times and you don't answer. Like real talk. They said that Snoop Bands, like when he was showing that he had all them red missed calls on his iPhone, they said that it was 4 calls that it showed that he answered between them. And that was from his girl and his cousin. So y'all gotta really understand what's really going on because this is a revolving door, man. Y'all gotta look at the fact that they set that man up and it ain't no other way to say it. Like we know for a fact they set him up. How's your right hand man gonna not answer the phone? If somebody called my phone 10 times, I'm gonna be an answer by the 7th. At the end of the day, like I'm gonna be an answer by the 7th because y'all know for a fact that you gonna hear it ringing, then you gonna ignore it, then you gonna hear it ringing again, you gonna dang nobody. Then once you hear it ringing again, you gonna instantly go from that point on. You gonna answer the phone, boy. You ain't finna let your man go out and anybody who out here in the streets know for a fact your number one enemy. You have to stay cautious, man.
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened where he was followed, possibly followed on the plane. He shot the video, and then 2 days later he was on the plane, and by chance with the same person,
Big Moochie Grape.
Yeah.
And a lot of people saying that the feds got Big Moochie Grape fingerprints in his analysis. Like y'all gotta understand, man. When they run that through the forensics, man, that's gonna really show that he was at Makedas. Like y'all gotta really pay attention to this, man. This is something we all need to take notes on because I want justice for Dolph. Some people just want to see something like they just want to see Dolph just not get justice. But I know for a fact that the people who rock it with this channel, they gonna hit the like button and the subscribe button if they new. Like we all know this. Like we all gotta pay attention to what's going on, man. And I know for a fact that it's a lot of people involved in this, but you can't point the finger because as soon as you point the finger, it's gonna be 10 fingers pointed back at you. Y'all know for a fact that Makita Raven sent back. Makita Raven moved. Like y'all gotta understand, she moved from Texas. Why would you move from Memphis to Texas right after Dolph gets sent up, and then you move from Texas to Florida? Like y'all gotta understand, Makita Raven, she's in Florida and she is not on vacation, man. Y'all gotta really pay attention to this, man, and do the research, man. Like I always told y'all, what is this? Like we know for a fact that this is something that's crazy. Like I don't want this to keep continuously happening, man, because we know for a fact that it could all be easily solved just by them going to get the people who did it, man. You know who put the bag on top of the head. Y'all know for a fact once he put the bag on his top, man, it was over with, man. It was more than 75,000 put up, boy. Then you see it was an extra 250K put up just to get him. That's why it was more people. That's why the white Tahoe that was on the side of Family Dollar even sat over there. They was sitting on the side of Family Dollar for the longest. Then the Mustang pulled up. Soon as the Mustang pulled up, that's when everybody started looking like, hold on, why is all these cars pulling up at Makedas? Then you see the Benz, the Mercedes pull up. Once you saw the Mercedes pull up, you already know who was in the shooters. Like at the end of the day, we know the feds got this on camera and they reviewing everything. They reviewing every single thing that went on at Makedas and the Family Dollar. They don't want to give no statements at this point because they don't want to be in jeopardy, man.
Yeah, I mean, there was one witness from Family Dollar who finally came out when they released the two original names. But she was, she didn't want to speak publicly about what happened because what happens when you do, and so
it would have really messed up in the end because we all know for a fact that if you be a co-defendant or a witness to anything, like people gonna come after you. They gonna realize try to send you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's unfortunate because the cycle is just going to continue to go on. If it's not broken, at what point does it stop? At what point does it stop? It's back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's not helping the community. And that's what he was ultimately there to do, is to give back to his community that he was, where he came from day one.
Yeah, but people don't know that Big Moochie Grape wanted to stop that, and by Big Moochie Grape even jumping in the mix of everything that went on that led Young Dolph to get sent up, that led them to get the drop on them. Once they got the drop on Dolph, it's like nobody could help them. And I know for a fact that the feds looking at the tape like, hold on, why is Big Moochie Grape right back to Darius? Like, y'all gotta understand, the boy to Darius was the main one with the Drake. Like at the end of the day, when he upped the Drake, that's when it all went down, man. We gotta really pay attention to what's really going on in Trulla Mafia. They deep, man. Like it's a lot of them. Like y'all gotta be cautious, man, because it's heating up in Memphis, and Dolph got the whole city on fire, man. And people sitting back looking at it like, okay, Trulla Mafia ain't had nothing to do with it. They did. People saying that Trulla Mafia had something to do with it. Everybody in Memphis, they sitting right there. They saying it out their own mouth, the people in Memphis. So I can't really even like point my finger at nobody because the people out there next to them, like it's like a person that had their identity and had their face, throw rocks and had their hands, man, all to see you down. And even though it's for the sake of Young Dolph, it just goes to show you how the cycle continues because they finna send another guy off. Like he finna get life, boy. At the end of the day, boy, he gonna get life, boy. Like that boy gonna get that time, boy. You don't want to get no life, boy, all because you got paid a couple dollars. You not gonna even be able to spend that money, boy. Like y'all know this for a fact, boy. And Blac Youngsta know for a fact that everybody who he got as his security, he know for a fact that they wishy-washy. That it'll pancake on them, man, at any moment, man. Like y'all gotta pay attention to this man. And I know y'all really sit back and y'all be like, should I subscribe to the channel? Yes, you subscribe. Should you hit the like button? That's your choice. Like at the end of the day, man, we know for a fact everything that's going on, man, and the people that played a big role in the feds got their name on the paper. Like you gotta understand the connection between CMG and Trulla Mafia. You gotta understand this, man. We already know for a fact that everybody is included. Like it ain't gonna leave nobody out. If you was rocking with CMG from the beginning, your name on them papers, boy.
And that's why it's gonna take so long to go through all the evidence and forensics, because there's so many people involved, and this was, planned well and thought out.
It was strategically done. That's what they call it. That's in proper terms. It was strategically done, and we all know that the bag was put up there early.
Right.
Like you gotta understand, he got off the plane Monday. Big Moochie Grape called him and told him, "Is you going to Roof Chris?" Soon as Young Dolph said he going to Roof Chris, Big Moochie Grape grabbed four of his shooters, boy. Big Moochie Grape sat in the back seat, boy, while all the shooters hopped out and the getaway driver sat in the front seat, man. We got to really pay attention to this, man. That's why I say you can't trust people. This the main reason why I say you can't trust people. Like y'all gotta really take notes on this, man. And if you really understand, man, this is a revolving door, and you have to open your eyes to the fact of what's really going on. Because if you don't, it'll be your last, like it'll be your last day. You don't want your last words. You want to see your people before you go. At the end of the day, man, you want to, make up for your wrongs and your rights, man. You don't want nobody sitting there looking over you while you sitting in that, boy. You don't want nobody send you up at the end of the day, man. Y'all gotta really pay attention, man. What they did to Dolph, man. They put that man in a Chrysler 300M. Like y'all gotta really pay attention to that, man. And the news is coming out. The feds is saying it. Like at the end of the day, man. Like we know for a fact that Roof Chris was the main place where everybody saw Dolph at. And I can put this on everything I love, boy. Roof Chris is the last place he was, and Big Moochie Grape was there. They saying it. It's out here. I know for a fact that ain't nobody finna sit there and ride for nobody, and they ain't really rocking with them. Like y'all gotta understand the strategic chess moves that's been moved. Like y'all gotta understand, man. This game is a treacherous game, man. It's treacherous. Like we know for a fact that it ain't no love in these streets.
It's a lot of jealousy, envy, and it's unfortunate that that's what happened.
Like especially when you out there, man. Like you gotta understand, like what's really going on, man. People sit back and look at this and don't take heed to it, man. People will look at this as if it's a game when you seeing all the guys getting sent up. Like I know a lot of people rock with Dolphin. I know a lot of people scared. I know a lot of y'all be scared to even comment, to go outside. Like some people won't even go get a concealed carry to have a pole on them, but they'll be scared to sit on their front porch. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? I'm gonna let y'all know, man, this is revolving door, and some people need to open their eyes to the fact of what's really going on, because we can't make nobody think for themselves. Because if you got the pole on you, you know not to go in no store, man, and keep on clutching, boy. You know for a fact they gonna grab you, boy, because they gonna know you got it on you. So for the simple fact that when they went in Makedas, boy, they already knew for a fact who was finna pull up. Raven knew who was gonna pull up. She knew Straight Drop. She knew JoJo Splat was gonna be waiting in that pickup truck across the street. Like y'all gotta understand this, man. And people send back, like they looking at it like, okay, this person said this person said that. You know for a fact, if you do your research, you will know that Makita Raven then was there. Like Maurice was there. He changed his clothes 3 times. He said he changed his clothes 1 time. Why would you pull up to the shop, see somebody who got sent up, who you really close to and who you familiar with? Why would you go change your clothes after you pull up? Can you tell me that? Why would the father pull up to the shop, change his clothes?
He moved his car too.
He moved
a couple of times, I thought.
He moved his car like 3 times.
Yeah, 2 or 3 times.
Like I'm trying to figure out, was he trying to find a good position to have the car in?
I mean, was he in the way of like the ambulance, the fire truck, or?
Yeah,
that's really the last thing I would think you'd be thinking when this is all going on. Like, not let me get outside and move my car.
Let me just move my car before the police come, before the feds come. No, y'all gotta understand, Maurice played a dirty game, man. And everybody's sitting back looking at Maurice like, you the reason Young Dolph got sent up, because you could have called the ambulance. You called Makita Raven. Why would you call your daughter instead of calling the police or calling the ambulance and saying they just blew at the shop?
Yeah, in the first immediate times of a shot, it's important to address it.
And why would you sit on the phone with her for more than 20 minutes? He was on the phone with Makita Raven for 20 minutes. Like, y'all gotta understand, when you in the hood, the police not just finna pull up.
No.
The ambulance ain't just finna pull up, and y'all know this.
But that phone footage of the conversation will come out as public information too.
They already got the phone footage out, and they said Makita Raven she contradicted herself from what she said on the interviews and what she said in the actual the dispatch. Like at the end of the day, we know this. The dispatch call that she did to her father from Makedas, that call, it was totally different from what she gave out. Like, this what makes me wonder. Did Makeda Raven have something to do with it? Was she there? Was she taking Dolph order? Because we know she opened the door for Dolph.
They said that the girl that waited on them and took their order worked there for about 3 weeks. She sounded like she's pretty young. And she said, I guess she didn't speak at first, but eventually she did speak. And she said that as soon as she saw the gunman in the front, she just ran. She didn't say nothing. She didn't say duck. She didn't. But, you know, you go into a instant fight or flight mode when you have things like that. And she panicked, which is understandable if she's 17. And so, needless to say, she just got out of the way.
She kind of got into panic mode when you really look at it. This is the only reason why she ran, but she didn't warn anybody. And I want to let y'all know, if y'all new to the channel, hit the like button for details and updates on Young Dolph strictly. Like, I want to let y'all know, Shorty ran out the spot without telling nobody. And this is coming from the sources, you guys. She ran out the spot. Once she got up out that jam, man, it was over with. She didn't tell nobody. So how did Makeda Raven's sister know to tell everybody to get down, duck? Get down, duck. Remember they said, get down, duck. Like, come on now, man. First y'all told everybody that Young Dolph stepped to the side. Like, we know for a fact Young Dolph didn't step to the side in the cookie shop because Young Dolph, he already was in the back counting the money. Like, you gotta understand, Young Dolph brought $250K to the cookie shop.
He also had a lot of money in his trunk that I believe that Memphis took out.
Yeah, Memphis took it out.
Took the bag out before before the car was towed away.
Yeah, and when they put the car on the tow truck, it was over with because any evidence from that point on, it was gone.
Yep, locked up.
Like, you gotta understand, in order for anybody to get the public records or the information on this, like any details on that camo C8, boy, y'all know for a fact, boy, you gotta go through the courts and everything, boy. Y'all know this. At the end of the day, we know for a fact that Young Dolph set a foundation. Young Dolph didn't want to sign the CMG, but they wanted him to. Like, this is where the conflict began because Young Dolph was rocking with CMG. He only wanted to have like basically a business / partnership with them. He didn't want to sign to him, but Yo Gotti, he kind of got like misconception of where Young Dolph was coming from with this, y'all. So this explains and this answers all questions to why Young Dolph left CMG. He left CMG because Yo Gotti wanted him to sign when he was just somebody who was in the background who was trying to get on.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that he worked with who are now signed with Yo Gotti as well, and even filmed with his Dolph's chains on, which is just weird.
Especially CEO Daddy O, which is Young Dolph's business partner, the one who owns PRE, who changed the whole meaning of PRE. Like Daddy O changed the whole meaning of PRE right now. Like, this is something that we all can look at. Like, Young Dolph built that. Like, Daddy O, he was just a person who only put up 20,000, but Young Dolph put up 75K. Like, we all know this, man. Like, y'all gotta really take notes and take heed to what's really going on. And if you rocking with Dolph, like, man, y'all know what to do, man. I ain't gotta keep saying it, boy. Take notes to what's going on, man, and really like be aware of like the things and the actions that's taking place, man, because we know for a fact a lot of people profited off of this. Like a lot of people profited off of this. And a lot of people sitting back wanna have their own way with this when you can't have your way with this. This was Dolph land. It's Dolph land or no land. At the end of the day, man. If y'all rocking with the channel, man, I want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, man. I'ma holler at y'all tomorrow, boy, on my kids.